Welcome to Secular Soup. Stay tuned for real talk about atheism, feminism, politics, parenting, and whatever the fuck else Amy and Amy want to talk about, because this is their show. And get ready for a whole lot of motherfucking profanity.
You want to hear a secret?
I won't tell anybody. Go ahead.
If I sit next to you, I'm going to get gonorrhea. It's going to jump into me. Just two ladies hanging out.
Is it okay for me to make fun of his neck waddle if I make fun of my own neck waddle?
I'm not sure.
That's a real ethical conundrum.
Would you know if you were born a lizard person, or can you be like adopted into the...
I think you know.
We're such professionals.
We really are.
Buckle up, bitches. It's time to have some soup.
I'm Amy with a Y.
And I'm Amy with an I.
And we're just two blueberries floating in a bowl of tomato soup.
Yeah.
I should not be laughing. It's not professional. I just heard a shriek in the background at your house, and it was delightful.
There is a 3-year-old in my house, yes.
Yeah, that was fun. Like, we always have to wait 5 seconds before we start talking, the longest 5 seconds ever.
Because I can't
right
talk.
at the 5-second mark, I heard the...
Yeah.
It's great.
Usually gentleman caller is in the room when I record, but he can't be in there right now because we have a 3-year-old here.
Because he's got other shit going on.
Yeah.
So... we have not recorded with each other for a while. We did Conspiracy Chowder, but...
I know, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, if you're not a patron, you haven't heard us together in like
it's
2
been
months.
A while.
I don't even know anymore.
I recorded with that dude. I don't remember names or people or Willis's. And you recorded with that other guy that is a thing that is a dude.
That one asshole.
Yeah, we all have one.
If you are a patron, you heard our latest Conspiracy Chowder, or you should go back and listen to it. But if you're not, then this is the first time we've talked. So let's go back and talk about our lives so that people get to know us. We'll just start at birth and go from there.
Okay, well, my mom didn't realize that she had given birth to a legend, and I try to remind her often. And now you're caught up.
You got to remind your mom of that stuff.
Yeah, I actually text her on my birthday to congratulate her for giving birth to me.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I was like, I know you didn't realize this, but XX number of years ago today, you gave birth to a legend. You're welcome, world.
And you recently had a birthday where you turned 29 again.
Something like that. I celebrated an anniversary of some number. Yeah. I don't even remember.
I mean, you look real good for 29.
It's real funny. My real age is not 29. I mean, we all know this. That's a running joke. I know. But it's funny because I work with young people. Oh, you can hear the screaming.
That's fine. It adds to the character,
the ambiance,
the flavor of the show. And I'm drinking tea.
I work with young people. I'm drinking whiskey. Is that tea? I'm not sure. So it's funny because there's this one girl that was like, how old are you? She kept asking me all the time, how old are you? And it's like not polite to ask someone their age, but she kept asking over and over again. And then one day I just turned and told her my real age. And she was like, shut the fuck up. Nuh-uh. No. And then the lady next to me, she was like, and I'm 41. She was like, are you fucking kidding me? That is not true. You are not. And we were both like, yeah, like these are our ages. And she's like, well, I'm like, I have a 16-year-old. How old do you think I am? She was like, I don't know. Not that old. I'm like, okay, wait a second. Calm down.
You could have given birth at 30 or at 15 and then you'd be 30 when they were I mean,
she doesn't know these things.
It happens.
But yeah, I like that reaction. I'm like, I appreciate that reaction. And I'm going to continue to appreciate that reaction as long as I can. But I have a feeling that I'm going to be one of those people that looks young and then there's a big crash and I look 70 and I'm like 42.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's where I'm headed too.
I drink way too much for my skin to stay this supple and wonderful.
Yeah. I've looked young for a while, but now the gray hairs are fully coming in. My body's just falling apart. I feel like in another couple of years, I'm just going to be done.
My body's melting.
All this is going to be gone.
Because I've always been curvy. Everything's just kind of melting into itself. It's really sexy, actually. It's real hot.
Yeah, I'm getting the old lady skin.
Oh, I have that.
The old lady skin where it's wrinkly.
I have like the random like dry patches that itch and I sit there and scratch at my arm. Yeah. And then I have like random like dry patches that if I scratch, they bleed. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, what is happening to my body?
I have a ton of those. Yeah. You would think I'm a meth addict by how much I pick at my skin.
I look like I'm cutting right now because my cat has decided that he hates it when I get up and then sit back down. I don't know why. I don't understand it. We moved into a new place, so he's all displaced and he's like a little fucker anyway. But every time I get up and then sit back down, he freaks out, and his freak out is chewing on my arms. So I have to like beat him up. Not really. I mean, I could take him. If I wanted to, I could take him.
I don't know. He's pretty tough.
I don't know. He might be like 2 pounds now, maybe 3.
It could be.
But he's...
No.
Yeah, anyway.
I've got all these weird little age spots. It's gross. Don't get old, kids.
Basically, moral of the story is don't get old.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
Never
you
get
can
old.
still
Just stay
mask
young.
it for a while. Like, people are still shocked when I say my age, which is delightful.
Yeah, I'm still getting that. Like, people don't think I'm as old as I am, but
What has been happening with you?
nothing. Just a lot of laying in bed from crippling depression. I'm on week 3 of my new med that I'm crossing my fingers works. So next week I'll be on week 4. I do feel a little better, like there's some hope there, and maybe by next week this med will have kicked in enough to be working. I see my doctor next week. So yeah, I'm just... Moral of that story is if you're feeling depressed, go see a doctor because they can help you and talk about it.
Yeah, they're
because
pretty great.
The more of us that talk about it, the more people won't feel uncomfortable going to get help, because sometimes you need help. Anyway, Michael and I had a whole conversation about mental health. So we were going to talk about school spirit, because I just randomly picked that fucking topic off of a list that I have, because neither one of us put any forethought into this at all, because we're terrible.
And we had 2 months, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. So we're going to talk about school spirit. Before we start that, though, I just have to tell you, my almost 15-year-old, just randomly this afternoon, he's like, I have a funny idea for your podcast. I'm like, yeah, what's that? He's like, you guys should like pick a topic, like a really serious topic, but then just never talk about it. Like, just talk about random things.
That's like basically every week.
I told him, I'm like, that's our whole show. And he didn't believe me. He's like, okay, well, what if you had like a guest come on and then you had something you were going to talk to them specifically about, but then you just talked over them and like just randomly came up with all these different topics to talk.
Tell him he is stepping all over our idea.
That's our whole show. Like, he was so proud of himself because he thought that was a great idea. And it is. It's a fantastic idea. We're just already doing it. So
well, yeah, that's why we're doing it, because we're real smart.
School spirit.
Yes.
School spirit. Are you pro or con on school spirit?
So I live in Texas. Let me just preface that with I live in Texas. It is mandatory to have huge over-the-top pep rallies. The little town that my kids go to school in and I was lived in for, 10 years or so, shuts down on Homecoming Friday. Everybody gets a half day because everybody goes to the homecoming parade. I don't, because fuck that nonsense. But kids get out of school at noon and everybody goes home and changes and goes and gets lawn chairs and they set up and they line the streets. And like everybody wears matching shirts. The parents wear pride, they sell the spirit shirts in all sizes, from newborn onesies all the way up to adult sizes. So everybody in the family can have like the school spirit mascot shirts, and people wear them everywhere, constantly, always. They have decals that go on the cars. So you can drive around the streets in cities in Texas and you know who belongs where, basically, because Texas is a big high school football state. It's a big deal, and everybody's categorized by, all these things. And they actually made it so it's, like 5A schools, 4A schools, whatever. Texas now has 6A schools. It's redonkulous. They're building high schools with professional size stadiums, like football stadiums. They're maxing out like multi-million-dollar football stadiums for high schools. Not multi-million, like $1 billion. It's ridiculous. So
basically what you're telling me is that everything I saw in Friday Night Lights
all real.
is real?
That's legit.
Oh my God.
It is legit. And the mums that people wear are like bigger than people's heads. You have to wear 2 straps now and wear it around your neck because it covers your entire body. It's a big deal. And I grew up in Texas. I'm from Texas, and I don't give a fuck. I never did. I went to one pep rally and I walked out early during high school because I don't care. I have zero school spirit. I have no hometown pride. I don't care. I literally don't care. And so I don't fit in here. And my kids don't fit in here because we don't care.
Yeah, we're the same way. Granted, we're not in Texas, we're in Minnesota, so it's not quite as big of a deal, but it's still,
here.
I mean, Friday nights people go to, like, I never understood. I have friends whose parents who did not have kids in football would go to the football games on Friday night, and I never understood that.
Kind of
like,
rapey?
Okay, if your kid's playing football,
That's like,
Yeah, like I can't think of a worse way to spend a Friday night.
how else are you going to pick up high school boys, right?
Well, yeah, when I was in junior high, it was the place to go on Friday because it was just picking
it's
up
even
boys
easier
and
in
you
your
were going there
30s
just to be seen.
Because we can buy alcohol and we know what to say.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of it
just
that
saying.
way.
It's
that's
like,
what we were doing when I was 13.
It's like fish in a barrel in your 30s. You're like, I know exactly.
And they're all looking for a young-looking cougar.
Exactly.
So
I'm like, hey,
you may have turned me around on this.
Thank you.
No, I fucking hate football. I'm not a sports person.
Oh, no. I've told you this before. Pro tip. Best night to go out is Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, that's true. And that's this weekend, right?
Is it?
It just occurred to me that I think it's on Sunday.
I have my kids this weekend. I can't go out.
Because, yeah, my younger son, his birthday is on Monday, and his birthday always falls on Super Bowl weekend.
I thought it was
so I can't
late
ever
this
have his
year.
birthday party. I have no idea.
Okay, I'll Google it.
You know who knows this? John knows this.
What's a John?
Oh, don't Google it. John will tell us.
Oh.
Just if you wait long enough,
He'll mansplain it for us.
he'll hear this when it comes out, and then he'll mansplain it on Twitter. So it's all good. It's
I have
fine.
to.
We'll
I
figure
have
it
to
out.
know.
It's not like we're going to watch it anyways.
It is Sunday.
Yeah, see? Told ya.
All these things.
Yeah, I don't understand team spirit. I don't understand school spirit because it's so arbitrary. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
especially when you're a kid going to a public school, you didn't choose to go to that school.
No.
It's not like you chose to be on that team. You randomly got put in that school by virtue of where you live.
Right. It's just random.
I get team building. I like cooperation and kids working together because I'm basically a communist. But this whole forced, like, we got to wear the T-shirts and we got to have the pep rallies.
Right.
I just...
And, I was...
Why force the kids who don't like that to do it?
Well, we
Because
had
I was one of those kids
mandatory.
that didn't like it.
I don't know if you had mandatory. We had...
Oh, yeah. We had
the mandatory
Well, it wasn't
pep rallies.
mandatory, but it was... I mean, classes were canceled to go
And
to
then one
it.
of the
And then
schools out here...
I think we just ditched
they
it. But
had mandatory pep rallies where it was so big and so elaborate that it ended up on YouTube. It became
my
like a
God.
movement, and they would hand out shirts, so everybody was wearing matching shirts, or they'd sit in sections where I mean, I'm not going to ever mention where it is, but if you look up Texas pep rallies on YouTube, I'm sure you're going to see some sensational things because they go all out, and they're in massive like stadiums because they're ridiculous out here. There is a high school in this area that has a jumbotron in their auditorium. Like if you go to basketball games.
is that like school district money paying for that, or is that all sports boosters?
Both?
Because I mean, we
taxes
have
are real
sports
fun out here too.
boosters here.
They're real fun. Like
Well-
people are like, oh yeah, the taxes went up like $30,000 last year or whatever. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we have a sports booster club, and sometimes it annoys me that there's seem to be more people in the community involved in the fucking sports boosters than in any other program in town. Like any other community group or thing that does anything for kids, it's all about the sports boosters.
Why not? Where's the art booster or the theater booster?
No. Oh, fuck no. We don't even have a theater in our high school here. But we
man.
sure as hell have sports boosters. Like, we have a teeny, teeny, tiny little theater in the high school that is basically an afterthought that you can probably fit 10 people into. They don't put on real productions or anything.
That's a shame. That was my favorite part of high school. Okay, this will probably surprise you.
Yeah,
I wasn't sportsy. I did two things that I did I spent all my spare time in, and that was debate and musical
and
theater.
more whoring, right?
Debate and musical theater. So
No.
I know, right?
See, those are the two things I should have done had I been a good student and actually participated. I think debate and musical. Yeah, I was the one whoring. Surprise twist, because you'd think it would be the other way
Right.
around. I would be the one into musical theater and debate. You'd be the one out whoring, but no.
No, I was.
Turns out back in my younger days,
I was a super,
totally
super
different
good
person.
girl until like 19, 20, and then I was married.
No, I was a total slut until I got married.
I mean, I'm hoping
And you
to
did
like
it the
turn
other way. You waited till you got divorced. So
Did I?
That's all good.
No, I did. I actually did.
Speaking of musical theater, I was watching Rent Live the other night.
Yeah, she was
and
bitching to
about
me
it on Twitter.
To me also. She was like, Twitter, not.
Yeah, it was funny though, because Aaron, or Aaron, as I call him, from Embrace the Void, I think his wife's really into musical theater. So he's like, do you have a camera in my house? My wife is going crazy right now with the thing, because they were changing lyrics and just, oh my God, it was a travesty. You do not change the lyrics to Rent. I get that it's on Fox and that you have to take out all the naughty words so that it can be on, primetime network television. But they changed shit that did not need to be changed. And it just made me want to stab myself in the head. But I'm not going to go off on a tangent about that.
Why not?
Because we'll be here all night.
Well, you were texting me too. You were like, I'm listening to them. What did you say? Like, defile rent or destroy rent or something. I was like, it sucks.
Ruining the legacy of Jonathan Larson is what they were doing.
Literally never seen
You do not
Rent.
change. What?
I know.
Oh my God, Amy. I've seen it 3 times live. And that doesn't count all the times I've watched the movie version and the theatrical version on DVD.
But
I can sing the whole thing to you right now.
I know Saturday's Warrior from beginning to end completely.
I don't know what that is.
No, the ex-Mormon listeners do. Trust me. Trust.
Well, good.
Or the people that listen to god-awful movies regularly know.
Oh, by the way, there's a movie on HBO. There's a documentary called Believer. Ooh. And it's got the guy from Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, I went to a watch party.
Apparently is a
on
Mormon.
That. Yep, he was. He's not anymore.
Did you see it? Yeah.
No, I didn't. I was invited to 3 watch parties. Okay, so he's
good.
trying.
I liked it.
We all do this when we leave. Well, okay, we all don't, but most of us do. When you leave a major fundamentalist religion, your first go-to, it's a safe place, is to try to change it from the inside. Yeah. Until you realize that it is way, way beyond. It's out of your pay grade. You can't. But I think that's where he was at
that's
that
kind of what
time.
He was.
But there's no way. I mean, he has much bigger voice and much bigger audience than I did. I was just some chick. But no, it's.
Yeah, I mean, he had a big platform, and it was nice, the concert they threw,
leaving,
and, to hear from some of the people there that were like,
if he's not going to leave the church, they'll throw him out because they don't like dissenters.
Yeah, he did get divorced. I saw that right away. Half the movie is about his wife and just how much they love each other, and they just had these twin babies, and they're divorced now. Things don't always work out, folks.
Don't they? I thought love was romantic movies, and that's the way it was, and once you meet someone, it's forever. Is that not true?
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant to say.
You meet someone when you rescue them when they fall in the ocean and you save their life and you defy your dad and become a human anyway and you get married forever. That's everyone's love story, right?
What you do is you wait until an heiress falls off of a yacht and gets amnesia and forgets who she is, and then you bring her home to raise your 3 boys that are really rough
hellions,
and tumble.
But then she turns them around and you call her Annie. I get it. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, and she's got the woman's touch, and you know what? She was a bitch before, but now she's nice.
A golden
so you
heart
really did a good
underneath
thing.
Those overalls.
Right. Exactly.
And secretly,
it's a win-win.
Secretly, you're sexy. I get it.
Winning all the way around.
All of the places around.
What were we talking about? I don't even...
Douglas?
School Spirit, yes. I fucking hate it. I hate School Spirit. I don't get it. I hate Work Spirit, too. We were talking about that, too. Oh, Work Spirit is ridiculous. I hate...
if you're on a certain team... And they give you names, or they give you whatever, and they're like, "Oh, this is your team," and they pitch you against each other, and everybody does hoorah. I can't. I just don't care.
I hate calling staff members a team.
Yes,
I hate that. I hate these stupid words they come up with for job titles, you can't be a secretary, now you're an administrative assistant, or at Target, you're, I don't know, a guest helper or something. They make up these arbitrary names
to make you sound fancy.
It's not fooling anybody, and it's just making the people that work there annoyed.
She was like, I was told by someone last night, she was trying to impress me or something, I don't know. She was like, I'm in environmental services. I'm like, just say it. Nobody cares.
You're a janitor.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Nobody freaking cares.
There's nothing wrong with being a janitor.
No.
Janitors make decent money.
They do. No. And she works overnight.
Be a housekeeper.
Exactly.
Be a secretary.
Exactly.
Yeah, nobody cares. It's fine. But I feel like it's patronizing for these, the management at companies to come up with these terms because they think that somehow it's going to make people feel better about their job or so. It's dumb.
No, you know what makes people feel better about their job? Decent health care and better pay.
More money. Yeah. Yeah, more money and having actual vacation time and not being treated like a wage slave.
Okay, so today, I told you already, but obviously we were not recording. We got this weird email about, I got a weird email saying, hey, mandatory break at 3. And so I was like, okay. So I went out to break with, a couple of my friends, and we were all just sitting there eating cheesecake because that's what you do, apparently. And we come back in, and apparently not everybody got the mandatory break. Some people got an email saying they had a mandatory staff meeting at a certain location. 30 people were laid off today, just like out of the blue. And it was kind of like super bizarre because it was out of nowhere. And then
it was all awkward.
It was all awkward, right? Because they come in and they grab their stuff from their desk, and everybody's trying to like not look at them or sad smile at them or whatever. And we're all still working because it's still like the middle of the day.
Yeah.
They all left, and we were just like, this is really weird now. It's awkward.
Yeah, that's always awkward. That's the upside about not working for anybody. I make zero money, but I don't have a boss. My own boss is me. And so when I'm in the throes of a depressive episode, I just stay home.
Well, that was okay. That's kind of my point also is, so we don't have any days off right now because I'm contract to perm, hopefully. But some of the people that were let go, it's because of attendance. Like if we had vacation days, that wouldn't matter. Like if we were given, vacation days. So now I'm scared to even take a day off. I know I can't complain about cold weather, but I have like crazy bad hip, and I haven't been able to stand up and walk very well this past week. But I'm going into work every day because I'm scared,
Yeah, that's how they want you. They want you scared for your job so that you will put up with whatever bullshit they want to throw at you. That's corporate America. Yeah. So speaking of cold,
sorry, I just got a text from a bitch.
It was really fucking cold here this week. It was really cold this week.
I know.
School got canceled 3 days in a row.
3 days? I only saw you complain about 2. Goodness.
3. No, after the second day, they called in the afternoon after the second day. I mean, 2 days is huge. We have never had school canceled for 2 days in a row. But they called us the afternoon of the second day, and they were like, okay, school's going to start 2 hours late tomorrow. So we're like, all right. And then they called later. We changed our minds. We're just going to cancel it tomorrow. And I'm like, what the? When we were kids, there were not snow days. It had to be above your head to be able to not go to school. Like, the school district does not like calling snow days. Because, they don't get their funding for the day, or they have to add a day on to the end of the year. It's a nightmare for everybody. So 3 days in a row tells you how shitty it was here. I just stayed in the house for 3 days and literally went nowhere. It worked out good for me.
I don't blame you. I would do the same thing.
So I just laid there and watched TV, but to be fair, that's what I always do. So it really was like a normal day for me.
So that's one thing we talk about, gentleman, a caller, and we're like, if we both work from home, that would just be, because I miss working from home. I like the wages that I have at my new job because I actually have like a grown-up job, except when they just like randomly lay off people. But I miss the dress code of working from home and the fact that I could have a good dress code. Nooners,
Listen, I haven't showered since, Monday? I don't even know. I took a shower this morning, though, so I was very proud of myself. That always
makes you feel so much better.
Took the shower, and now I don't smell terrible. But when you're at home...
Oh, yeah. I would go... Well, I mean...
I'll wear the same pajamas 4 days in a row.
I mean, I do, too. I just take them off and shower and then put them back on.
Yeah, I don't even do that.
School spirit.
Now that we're gross. School spirit, yeah. My kids aren't into sports. I've never been into sports. And it seems like the whole school spirit thing is always centered around sports. It's very sports-centric.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying. Like, my kid... in elementary school, when they have homecoming week here, they'll have all these homecoming day things at the elementary school. And I'm thinking, these kids aren't playing football. They're in elementary school. And they get them all hyped up about the homecoming parade. And don't you guys want to go to the homecoming parade on Saturday? The homecoming parade's on Saturday. Don't forget about the homecoming parade on Saturday. So then my kid comes home, and all he heard was parade on Saturday. So he's like, Mom, can we go to the parade? And there is no fucking way I'm going to a homecoming parade. It's just, so then I have to figure out how to let him down gently, not crush his little spirit. But there is no way I'm going. And it's usually cold because it's in the fall.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be cold?
I don't want to go out in the fucking cold to watch a ridiculous parade that's just all sport. It's not even a fun parade. They're not throwing candy. They're not like...
Some of them do.
Doing fun things with the floats. It's just, no. But they get the kids all excited about it. And then they always have, like, on Friday, it's Show Your Pride Day, and you got to wear the school colors, and just, can we just stop? I hate it so much.
I don't blame you.
So our school team name where I live is the Warriors, and I'll let you guess what the logo was for many years, including when I went to high school. You want to take a stab at it? What would be the most offensive thing you can think of?
Indian chief.
Yes, we were big, and not only was it an Indian chief, he had a name. We called him Injun Joe. That was the logo's name.
Of course you did.
And I graduated high school in 1995, and that was the last year they had it took them till the late 90s to change it, and that was after a lot of protest. It was...
Goodness.
And there are still people in their 40s bitching. Well...
Isn't that still a thing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's still big league. Yeah, there's still the Cleveland Indians and they still call our team the Warriors. They just took away the logo. So now they have this weird, like, star logo that doesn't mean anything. And but I still find classmates of mine in their 40s on Facebook bitching because they want Injun Joe back.
Wow. You're like, have we lived on the same planet? I don't understand this.
Yeah, no. The people that aren't bitching are the ones that moved away and all live in big cities now.
Right.
So I just look at it and I'm like, can you take 2 seconds to put some thoughtfulness into what you're saying right now? You want Injun Joe back. Okay.
Like, do you
and how does this affect your life?
What you're saying? You're telling me I want to make America great again.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's disgusting. So yeah, it was a big brouhaha and everybody's like, nobody's getting offended. I don't understand.
I was poor when I was a kid. I don't know what white privilege is. Okay, dude. I've had that conversation so many times and it hurts my brain. So it's February 1st and it's the first day of Black History Month. And our friend Mandisa, for friend of the show, was talking about billboards and the impact they're making. I saw that today on the Facebooks.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah, she was talking about billboards, and she was talking about it's a 7-year anniversary of a billboard campaign. And the billboard that she has on there is Doubts About Religion, You're One of Many, and it's African Americans for Humanism. And basically she was saying that they're effective, and if you want more, to support her cause. And I just thought that would be something that is a good thing for everyone to hear again.
Yes, everybody should support Mandisa anyway because she's amazing.
She is. Black non-believers are amazing.
Yes, they're all amazing. We love them. We need more of them. And we need more organizations like that, yes.
Like we talked about with her and we talked about before, it's harder to leave certain communities, and the American Black community is very hard to leave religion within because it's so part of your culture and your world.
Yeah, and it was a huge part of the civil rights movement. In African American culture, you can't just look at it and say, why aren't these people just leaving? It's, religion's bad. Well, because it's a really deeply entrenched part of their culture.
Right.
And, that's where Martin Luther King did all of his organizing, and a lot of the civil rights movement did their organizing was in the churches because it was the one safe place they could go where they didn't have to worry about the cops coming and rounding them up. And, you can't just expect to grab that out from under people, and especially when there's no organizations there to support you when you leave. So that's why plug for Black non-believers and Mandisa Thomas. She's amazing.
She is
okay,
amazing.
So you keep cutting out on me. So I think what I'm going to do
I'm basically like the worst podcast co-host ever.
Yeah, you are. I'm going to replace you with Michael, but I didn't tell you that
don't
yet.
Do that.
So
okay.
Michael and I did a test run.
I understand you replacing me. I get it. I deserve it.
Yeah, just not with Michael.
I am wearing that shirt that you told me not to wear. I earned this. I brought it on myself, but not with Michael. Like literally
all right,
anyone.
fine.
But go with that. What is that asshole's name? Willis, John, or.
See, now I didn't hear anything you just said again. So.
That's okay. It recorded on my end. It doesn't matter.
Oh, perfect. It'll be fine.
So
yes, but I can't hear you, so then I don't know how to respond, and then it's all awkward. And people are like, I don't know about
I talked about John. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I said John, but Like literally anyone else, just not Michael.
I mean, there's a lot of candidates. There's a lot of I don't know if you knew this, but there are a shit ton of podcasts out there.
I literally only listen to the ones I'm on.
I mean, there are other ones.
And
I'm just saying.
I should just be on all of them. If people want me to listen to their show, they should have me on their show and I will listen to that episode.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I'm with you on that, but I'm just saying, if anybody wants to apply for the job, send an email to secularsouppodcast@gmail.com. Send me your resume and your CV, and we'll see what we can do.
Send me your social security number and your credit card and your PIN, and that security number on the back. A lot of people forget that. Kind of important.
Yeah, I need that, and I need to know what your billing zip code is.
Do you know your mother's maiden name?
Code,
Tell it to me. Share it with me.
I'm interested. Let's have a conversation.
Let's have a conversation. I'm just asking questions.
I'm just asking questions. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
So I am going to spring a new segment on you because I had been thinking about doing this segment and then I forgot. And then I refound this magazine that I wanted to base the segment on. And it made me feel so delightful that I'm like, we need to do this now.
Okay. I'm ready.
So the backstory here is that I've mentioned many times that my husband and I do auctions. We do estate sale auctions. So the woman that we're currently doing an auction for, who is not dead, she's now in a nursing home, but I can tell she and I would have gotten along like gangbusters because, I don't want people to feel bad. She didn't die. She's still around, but we had to sell her stuff.
Couldn't even do that right. Oh, sorry.
But she had a lot of cool ass shit, and you can just tell based on her stuff that she could have been my grandma. Like, she was totally liberal, totally progressive, just fun. All of her stuff is fun. So we came across this gem that was in with all, because she was also a hoarder. So she had just all kinds of nonsense. So my husband was digging through a pile of magazines and he came across this magazine from March 31st, 1996, and it is called The Bachelor Book. Now, this is an actual magazine that would come out in the 90s, I assume, because it's dated March 31st, 1996.
Yeah.
And basically it's pre-internet Tinder. So you open this up and all of these men have sent in these little bios about themselves along with a picture of themselves. And the reason I love this so much is because it's from 1996. And oh my fucking God, Amy, these pictures and these descriptions.
Is that what you sent to me?
Are amazing. That is what I sent to you.
I was at work and I was like, I don't know what this is, but it's awesome. He was like, his sparkling blue eye. Okay, so she sent me this picture of this guy who looks like an 80s dorky neighbor dad with like the balding and the mustache. And he was like, his sparkling blue eyes and his sexy brown hair. I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
He's 38 years old and ready to have a family. I'm like, okay, wait, why is he single at 38? Sorry, I was single at around that age.
Every episode, I just want to read a new one from a different guy because we can drag this out forever.
We also haven't done questions in a while.
Yes, I've got my book sitting out here, so I figure we can do the question after the Bachelor book. So
I'm excited to do this thing.
I feel like our audience base would appreciate this because it's amazing.
They also might meet someone.
That's true, from 1996. They're still around, I'm sure. I was alive in 1996, and I'm still here. So. And based on most of these guys, I'm guessing they're still single. So
very exciting.
But yeah, I'd like to put the pictures on the face, because you have to see the pictures. So I think I'll probably put the pictures on Facebook. I'm thinking I should blur out their faces or something, because I feel bad just... These are real people that are out there somewhere that are making an effort.
Are they? Or are they like actors or real people?
I have no idea. So... The first bachelor that we're going to start with, and before I do that, I want to read the front. I will put the front of the magazine on Facebook too. So if you want to see these graphics, and you are gonna want to see these graphics, go to our Facebook page, like our Facebook page, leave us a review on Facebook, and then you can find this and read it. It's called The Bachelor Book, The Ultimate in Mail Order, and they've got mail in quotes, because it could be like mail, but it's spelled M-A-L-E. It's really funny. It's the magazine for today's woman. And the articles they have in here are Empowering Relationships, a step-by-step how-to for creating your own, When It's Over But You Can't Stop Thinking About Him, How to Survive a Broken Heart, Garlic, It May Well Be the Superfood of the 90s. Can't wait to read that one. inside, pictures and profiles of 62 eligible men.
Goodness.
And then there's something about men's turnoffs, but the graphics are so bad that I can't read them because they did bad with their colors. There's also a special section on the men of New Mexico. So
Right.
instead of starting at page 1, I wanted to just start at my favorite. So that's the one I sent you because it's amazing. So this is Dennis from Iowa. And I'm just going to read you what Dennis sent in to the
I'm
Bachelor
very
book
excited.
to try to get some ladies. In case you never get around to looking at the picture, yes, this guy has the porn stash, the receding hairline. He's got that wonderful 90s polo shirt that's a long sleeve polo, but it's different colored stripes.
Right.
Primary color stripes with the white collar. It's amazing. And the khaki pants. I don't think I'd let him through my door, but anyway, so Dennis says, a Gemini born and raised in a town of 1,300, Dennis, 38, comes from a large family, 4 brothers, 3 sisters. I'm the single one, he laughs.
That's the one
I'm
you
very
sent me.
family oriented.
I'm very excited.
We're all close. We were taught good values. A handsome 6-footer with black hair and smiling blue eyes, Dennis has a happy, bubbly personality that makes everyone around him feel good. There's only one way to live life, he says. Happy and excited about it. I don't believe in being in a bad mood. It wastes time. Dennis has a great sense of humor, a great sense of himself, and a laugh that's contagious. Armed with a master's in physical education, for the last 6 years, he's been the head baseball coach and assistant athletic director at a local college where he also teaches Phi Ed.
Oh, he's creepy.
Ladies, he's buff. He teaches Phi Ed. My dad was also a coach. I guess it's genetic, he laughed. Did they know about genes in the 90s? That surprises me.
Did we even have cars then?
Wait, here's the best part. I don't remember, but I don't think we definitely had Engine Joe back then.
Yeah, you did.
This is my favorite part right here. He's also a motivational speaker. I love working with kids. Athletics is one of those areas where you can teach kids about life, how to win, how to lose, and the fundamentals of teamwork. Other aspirations? The entertainment field, he says. It intrigues me. I've been doing commercials and some print work, but if it doesn't pan out, I'm perfectly happy teaching and coaching. The only thing that would add to my life would be a special lady to share it. But I'm 38 and still not married, so that must mean I'm fussy, he says with characteristic charm. I want someone with strong moral values. I'm a strong Catholic, and although the person I meet doesn't have to be Catholic, strong Christian faith is important to me. I want someone 25 to 38, really reaching there, Dennis, who's honest, giving, fun-loving, very attractive, of course he does, and who wants a family. Now, it's fine to want someone very attractive, but when you look like Dennis, I'm just saying, you gotta...
Dennis looks
aim for moderately attractive.
He looks like the guy in the 90s sitcom that says, golly geez. Oh, shucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes,
You
he definitely
guys,
says, oh, shucks.
We're out of milk. Burr, burr, burr. That guy.
You know what he does? He says a lot of puns. I can tell he's punny. I said it. Okay, let's see.
Avocado.
So he wants this very, very attractive
I don't know.
woman.
I don't have anything to go with avocado. Avocado.
He wants a very attractive woman who wants a family.
Of course, he wants an attractive woman. All these guys
just
like,
stop. They're
I
terrible.
want a 10.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, you're a 3.
Yeah,
Dennis.
that's their top list. You know, they need a hottie.
It's like, yeah, you're a 3.
She'd also need to be loving, caring, and have a positive outlook. I don't care if she's a homemaker or a career woman. I'm one man who believes a woman should be treated like a woman.
2 master's degree, a PhD, and a chef on the side just for her man.
And really into S&M.
She needs to run in heels.
Like
She needs to be real flexible.
Yeah. And she needs to be one of those women who takes off her makeup at night after I'm asleep, and then before I get up in the morning, she puts the makeup back on so that I don't ever have to see her with her morning face.
She doesn't mind me tying her up at 3 a.m., but she also looks amazing and cooks me a gourmet breakfast by 5.
Yes, that's all he wants.
Dennis is reasonable.
So let's see. He's very much a romantic. He opens doors, sends flowers. I'm committed to one person.
He opened my door for me. I will saw his hand off with my teeth.
His friends call him the perfect catch. Of course they do. They're your friends, dude. What are they going to say? Don't date him. They're your friends. They're going to call you the perfect catch. It's no wonder. He's somebody who you want to be around.
Oh, okay,
Would he change anything?
His friends were being sarcastic.
The way God made me.
His friends are being sarcastic. He was like, what do you guys think? Oh, dude, you are the perfect catch. Would any of you date me? Okay, buddy. Any girl would be lucky to be with you, but I like you too much to date you. So I don't want to jeopardize our friendship to date you.
That's like when my mom told me that the other boys are intimidated by me because I'm too smart.
You know, they probably were, though, because guys are real simple creatures.
That's the same version of that. That's true.
Let's be real.
I am really
I am going to
smart.
generalize the shit out of that.
Okay, let's see. It was her way of saying you're not that pretty, but you're really smart, and that's why guys don't want to go out with you. So.
Oh, yeah. It's like the guys pulled your hair because they liked you. No, Mom. That's
because they love. Yeah,
that's a different.
No,
that caused different damage. It's separate. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, so he's happy the way God made him, but he says, laughing, maybe a little more hair. Yeah, you need a lot more hair, Dennis. I'm just saying, not a little. You need to shave it. He's at the point where he needs to shave it bald and be done with it. Like it's receding. Everybody can just shave it. It's gonna look way better if you shave it off. You know, that's the kind of person I am, but I'm a judgy bitch. So
are you? Damn it. I'm gonna have to end the show.
Probably didn't know this about me.
I thought you were just super cool.
Cool and calm, he says. One of my pet peeves is quick tempers, and I struggle with those that have superior attitudes. Also, smoking, bad language, and litter, he says. Amy, he's gonna hate us. He's not gonna like us at all.
Why? Do you throw trash around?
I mean, I love to litter. Who wants to pick up trash? Oh, wait, what turns him on? We're at his turn-ons.
Yes, this is what I was hoping.
Oh, this is perfect. What are his turn-ons?
I'm so excited.
Oh, gosh, he says.
I didn't read it. To be fair, I did not read what you sent me.
See, I was just wondering, did she actually read it?
Nope.
And no, he literally says, oh, gosh.
Golly gee, I told you.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, he says with that boyish charisma.
Oh,
a beautiful smile. Oh, he wants perfect teeth. A beautiful smile, perfect teeth, and I'm fond of taller women. Dude.
Would it kill her to be in heels and have full D cups? I mean, I'm just saying.
Those are just nice bonuses.
I mean,
but she's got to have the perfect teeth and be smoking hot.
And, have you heard of pin curls? I mean, natural pin curls.
And don't be a bitch.
But I'm a gentleman. Bitches. So, fuck you.
Yeah, who's preferably a Catholic. Relocation, he's free to relocate for the right person.
Oh, he's unemployed. A relationship. Bonus. Yeah. Okay, cool. Ladies, line up.
The key to a relationship is to be honest. For fun, I love all sports, travel. My roommate and I go on a cruise every year. Wait.
Dude, he's gay.
Got a roommate.
He's gay.
And they go on a cruise.
Clothing optional cruises.
I just feel bad for Dennis.
I feel bad for his roommate.
It's the mid-90s.
No, I feel bad for his roommate. All this time he thinks he's in.
Yeah. And this guy's just in denial and writing to Bachelor magazine saying he wants a lady who's got perfect teeth.
Oh, no. Different theory. His roommate submitted that to Bachelor magazine to get him off his back.
Could be.
He's like, I actually can do better than Dennis.
I mean, I can see the roommate writing.
Or his gal pals wrote it because they're tired of him asking them out.
It could be. Yeah. When asked about a woman with children, he says, I wouldn't rule it out.
Oh, that's nice of you, bro.
Last
but
thoughts.
We've all ruled you out. So...
I'm just a guy who loves kids, loves people, and is a diehard Cubs and Bears fan. This guy is choice. That's literally the last sentence. It says, this guy is choice.
Cubs and Bears? I mean, that's his cruise throwback right there.
I feel like he mentions liking kids way too much in this article. He ends with that as the first thing.
Yeah, he's
loves
kind of
kids. He's got the pedophile look already. If you want to write to him, the instructions are in here and you could try it, but he seems kind of sketchy to me. I'm just saying. So yeah, this magazine is amazing and I hope she has a million more of them stashed away.
I wonder if I want to think that she read it ironically and was laughing because I would have.
I don't know. She was single. She's a single lady.
Okay. She was single though, which means she was doing the same thing I was doing on Tinder and it was, just drinks and fun.
Well, yeah. I mean, and this is a magazine. You can just flip through and look at the eye candy.
My 3 weeks on Tinder.
Your expert time on Tinder.
Goodness. Yeah, I was talking to someone at work. She was like, all Tinder brought me was a lot of sadness. I'm like, aw.
That's a good quote, though. That could look good on a t-shirt.
Okay, I have to tell you one more quote from work because there's some gems. I work with some real funny people because I mean, I work with so many people. There's bound to be some other funny people.
Just by sheer numbers.
Just by sheer statistical numbers, right? But she sent me this IM today, this other funny chick, and she was like, "You're basically my favorite person." And I was like, "That is a common response to me." Like that was my. She sent me, that was the I am, my response was that was a common reaction to me. And she was like, "I retract my statement." And I was like, fair. It's fair. I don't know. She looked at me and she was like, God. "Look at me," in all caps. And I looked at her and she was like, "If my eyes could make a sound, it would be like, like, I don't even know." She was like, "I am rolling my eyes so hard at you."
I don't know. Nobody can roll their eyes as hard as me. That's a challenge I'm willing to put out there.
It's probably close, though.
I'm an expert eye roller. I don't know.
Yeah. But that was the person that said last week that I filled her with rage.
I was going to say, I wonder if that's the same person.
It's the same person. I mean, yeah. I talk to like everybody at work, but she's the one that I talk to the most. Well, no.
So she's getting over her feeling of...
Top 3. Yeah.
Filling her with rage.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's like, "Now you're like my favorite person." She's like, "It's retracted. I hate you again." I was like, cool. I don't really care. I was like, "Have I shown you my field where I grow my fucks?" It's...
Yeah.
Because I literally don't care what people think of me. I'm not there to make friends. And I tell people that. I'm like, "I'm not here to make friends." And they're like, "We like you." I'm like, "That's adorable."
Well, Dennis from Iowa is here to make friends. So
he is.
If you want to be friends with him.
He has a plan, Stan. That's a good thing.
So yes, I will post those lovely pictures on the Facebooks.
Oh my gosh,
in case any of you ladies or gents want to write to him.
Oh, single ladies.
It's 1996 wasn't that long ago. I'm sure he's at the same address. So,
and based on the picture, he has aged really well.
Yeah, I'm sure he's aged really well. Yeah,
he isn't more bald and more creepy looking.
I feel like I should point out that
she didn't hear me at all.
I can't hear anything you're saying.
That is so funny because I'm really funny.
Well, see, now Rich is going to have to decide which jokes to keep and which ones to cut, and I'm just going to tell him to cut all yours.
Really sorry, Amy. You had a good run on this show.
Yeah. I did, I know. Our wonderful editor, Rich, our first favorite Rich, has been going through some shit. So he was not able to edit our last episode and our last Conspiracy Chowder. It showed.
Fine.
I mean, well, so the episode with me and Michael, one of our patrons, John, who now used to be the Brand X podcast, now he does the Unbelievably Stupid podcast, he offered to edit our podcast while we were waiting for Rich to come back. And so he very kindly edited the episode with Michael and I for free. And we thank him very much because I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. So he did that. Also, Maddie Love reached out to me and offered to do any editing while Rich was away. Very kind of her. We just basically had a big onslaught of love and support.
Yeah.
But the Conspiracy Chowder, I just didn't want to impose on anybody because it was just Conspiracy Chowder. So I just threw our audio together and, cut out all the parts where we couldn't hear each other.
Like the only people that are going to listen to it is people who already like us.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, we don't have that many patrons, so we'll do better for the next one. We were just like, we owe people a Conspiracy Chowder because we have not done one in a long time.
Talk to your friends, get more patrons, and we'll put more effort into our Conspiracy Chowders because you guys know we're real funny.
Yeah,
like we're real funny.
The last topic was really good.
It actually was.
It turned out really good. Yeah, a little inappropriate, but that's okay. That's our whole show. It was a sensitive topic.
It was.
Oh my God. Speaking of which.
Oh yeah, it was HIV. You're right. It was. That's a little touchy.
I was scrolling. Yes. And we talked in the episode, I talked about Charlie Sheen and that crazy ass doctor from Mexico. So
turns
last
out
night
he's in the magazine.
I'm scrolling through my phone. I'm scrolling through YouTube on my phone looking for a video. And in the suggested one pops up the Charlie Sheen interview.
Creepy.
With Dr. Oz. And now I'm thoroughly creeped out. Did my phone hear me talking about Charlie Sheen and Dr. Oz?
Or did I text your phone and tell it about it? Not you.
It could be.
Just your
phone. Is there a ghost in my phone that I don't know about?
Probably.
That is
his name is Chad.
But
it's fine. We talk. It's
or
cool.
Charlie Sheen. Yeah. So yeah, if this is your first time listening to Secular Soup, which would shock me, but it could be. If you become a patron,
what took you so long? We're amazing,
right?
Basically,
God. If you become a patron of the show, we have bonus episodes called Conspiracy Chowder, where we talk about a different conspiracy
real crazy
theory.
stuff. And the next one. I don't know. We haven't decided officially yet, but I thought we were going to talk about the other conspiracy stuff that came true. Maybe. I don't remember.
I mean, we don't plan it, so whatever. We'll figure it out 5 minutes before we record. Yeah. Okay, there you go. That's enough planning for me. So yeah, become a patron. You can hear
we do thorough
stuff.
Wikipedia research for like 10 minutes.
Yes. We get our sources
Not straight,
and
because sometimes we have other texts
Yeah.
to respond to, but we're
true.
real busy.
Well, I'm usually scrolling Facebook, and it's hard for me to keep one thought in my head at a time.
I had 3 articles bookmarked for like a day
Yeah, that's a lot.
on my phone.
Now that we're talking about that, I actually made myself a little Google Keep list this morning of things that I didn't want to forget to mention on this show.
Yeah, because we need to wrap up
Because
soon.
I can't remember this
actually
shit.
need to put a 3-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. I need to go to bed because I have to work in the morning. So I'm going to run through this real quick, and then let's do a question super quick. Just pick a number.
72.
Okay, 72. If you could have free, unlimited service for 5 years from an extremely good cook, chauffeur, housekeeper, masseuse, or personal secretary, which one would you choose?
Oh, that's really hard, actually.
Not for me. I would pick the cook. I fucking hate cooking and I love eating.
I would pick the chauffeur because my commute sucks. No, is maid on there?
But housekeeper, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Housekeeper.
Mine would be a real toss-up between the housekeeper and the cook. The rest I could give a shit about. But housekeeper or cook, that's a tough one. But this is actually something I've thought about in depth. And I think I would go with the cook because I can clean my house, but I cannot cook. So,
Yeah, I mean, I can. I'm actually a really good cook. So I don't really care about that.
I fucking hate. I'm bad at it and I hate it. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, so I'm going to run through these quick things. We'll do the patrons and we'll be done. So I have actually on my list, shout out to Rich. So Rich, our editor.
He's amazing.
Like I said,
We
he's
missed
amazing.
him at Conspiracy Chowder.
We missed him very much, and we are so glad he's back and ready to edit. It will make our show much better. So thank you so much, Rich. And Rich does this editing for us for free every single week. He puts up with a shit show. We're trying to get him to take some money now because this really is an epic.
You guys hear what's edited. You should hear. We are heavily edited.
Yeah. You guys are hearing the good stuff.
As we're recording, I'm sending him texts telling him where to cut because we are a nightmare show.
It's real bad. So yes, I'll check that off the list. We love you, Rich. Okay, mention the Etsy shop. So we do have an Etsy shop.
DelightfulBitchcraft.com.
That's where everything is. So
All
if you
our
want to find
stuff.
anything, go to delightfulbitchcraft.com. But
I
you
have
can
done
find
zero
our Etsy shop. Our Etsy shop.
Ever.
Yeah, you haven't done anything.
No.
You're just
I mean, I
terrible.
have. I've created things. I just haven't done anything with them. They are all in storage right now because I suck as a human person right now.
It's fine. I actually put a pause on the Etsy shop for a month because I was dealing with some depression. I'm like, I can't be running out to work to get this shit to mail it. So you can put your shop on hold. So I need to undo that. But Etsy shop, you can buy all kinds of mugs and shit that have terrible words on them. It's super fun.
Yeah.
So yeah. DelightfulBitchcraft.com. Mention that soup bowls are in progress. Okay, so we have some new $10 patrons that I owe soup bowls to because if you pledge at $10 a month or more, you get a soup bowl. So I think I owe 2 or 3 people soup bowls. I am working on it. Like I said, just working through this depression, and then I will get my ass in gear and make your soup bowls. So you will be getting them.
Or is it working through you? No, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're awful.
I know.
Okay, last thing, ask people to subscribe on YouTube. So
Duh.
yeah, go subscribe on YouTube so we can get to 100 subscribers so we can have our own little URL thing. It's not that big of a deal, but it'd be nice. And there are some fun videos on there of our drunk cast and a drinking contest and some guest performances. Just check it out.
And if we get to 50 patrons, we will do another live drunkcast.
Yes, if we get up to 50 patrons, I think we're at 29 again. I don't know. If we get up to 50, we will do a second live drunk cast. And the fun part of that is I don't drink ever. So it's the only time I get drunk.
And I'm drinking right now. I just realized there's a bug in my drink and I'm trying to drink around it. So
It's fine.
It's fine. He had a good
Protein.
run. I'm not going to drink the bug. It's okay. That's not going to happen.
Don't be such a baby.
But he died in really good
Let's see.
bourbon. So he's really a lucky bug.
He died valiantly. Yeah, he died for you. Okay, so now that I got all that all the way, we are going to do patrons quick because we have some amazing patrons.
We do. We have the best patrons.
We really do.
We really do.
We have the best fans. Our fans
They're very,
so
very
much fun.
sweet.
Like just interacting with them, and we, in our Secret Soup Talk group, you can go in there, and it's just fun. We have some cool people that are fans. So
Yeah.
and some dicks that we hate, frankly. But that's the way it is with any show. You're gonna have the ones you hate, and we'll just keep that
Don't
between
say
us.
John Willis's name. That's not
we
nice.
love all of you. Shush! I was gonna get to that.
Sorry.
Okay,
12th favorite
so
Rich, too. Sorry. Whew, man.
I'm glad you picked, because I hadn't picked where Rich was going to be in the rankings. Rich only listens anymore to see where he is in the rankings, so I think he skips to the end every time. We got to keep him on his toes.
Is it 12th or 21st? I always get those numbers switched.
Hey, it's up to you. I picked last time.
I don't even know anymore.
You can subscribe for as little as $1 a month. That's only $12 a year. And for $1 a month, you get access to all of the conspiracy chowder. It's awesome. And you get the episodes early. And by early, I mean at some point before it drops
Whenever
for
we
other
drop
people.
it,
Sometimes
whenever
it's a
we
few
feel like.
days. Sometimes it's an hour. It depends. It's
You guys will get
we're
over
not
it. It's
that
fine.
well oiled of a machine. So yeah, $1 a month. We've got By Any Means Podcast, Wendy, Dan Bongino Can Eat a Dick. I had a problem with that one because I don't know quite if it's Bongino. This used to be encyclopediadumbamerica.com. I'll just say Natalie. Thank you, Natalie. But I really do like the Dan Bonigo Can Eat a Dick name. That's pretty cool.
Whoever it is, I agree.
It's Natalie. You know who it is. You would know
No, I
if you
mean,
saw
I
it.
agree
Anyway.
to her name. Sure. I agree.
I see. Okay. We've got Jesse, who is one of my favorite Twitter people. I really am getting sucked into the Twitter a little bit, but
I don't understand
is
the twit.
amazing and I love him. So we've also got the Dumb All Over podcast, whatever. Liz Satan, John from the aforementioned Unbelievably Stupid podcast. Thank you for editing. We really appreciate you jumping in with that offer, and it helped out a lot. So go check out Unbelievably Stupid Podcast. They have a liberal on there now, so he's kind of rebranded the show, and now they have this woman on there who's a progressive. Much better show.
Is his head
I like
going
it
to
now.
explode?
It's probably exploding. I mean, I can only imagine, but yeah, I like the new mix-up with the new host. So.
I'm excited.
And then we've also got Freethinker 215. Thank you all so much. And then at the $2 a month level, we've still got Nathan Dickey,
Awesome.
Kimberly, Rebecca.
I like
Vera
Nathan
Lane.
a lot, and Rebecca. I like them. I like them
How
all.
can you not? Like,
I
I
like
love
them all.
all of these people.
I do too.
Like, really, I like all of them.
I do too. I
we've got
literally do. I'm like
Sarah,
the
my
one that
friend
doesn't
Sarah,
interact as
and-
much, but I really do too.
I love interacting with all these people. They're funny. They're all funny and cool.
I'm just never home and I can't get on my phone
Yeah.
at work, but I really do.
Okay, so we've got Sarah and Sarah, double Sarahs. One's
Nice.
my personal friend that I know in real life, and one's
Weird.
a Facebook friend.
I don't even know what friends are like. It's weird.
I understand. We've got Andy, who I also know in real life, who is amazing.
He is amazing.
Who is actually at the $5 level, but Patreon will not group him in with the $5 people, and it's starting to really annoy me. So Andy's at the $5 level. We got a new patron that I just noticed because I
Awesome.
just checked the email before we started recording. So we
That
have
is
Jeannie at the $3 a month
My
level.
friend, my personal friend from work.
Oh, that's the friend that wanted to hear the. Okay. Hi, Jeannie. Nice to meet you. Amy's a real bitch. Steer clear of her.
She knows she's met me in real life, unlike you. Oh,
Good.
snap.
She will stab you in the back.
No, I'll
without
stab you in
thinking
your front because I
twice.
want to watch your eyes.
Good point. Yeah. We've got at the $4 level, Elvin Engineer. And at the $5 level, Ask and Alice at the Ask and Tell Project, askandtell.com, which is a website for trans service members that tell their stories, which is important right now because
Huge.
the trans military ban thing is happening and it's awful. And
The administration's
Trump's awful
not
and-
very friendly to.
No, they're terrible.
anyone.
And it's kind of blowing up right now.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty awful.
Go check out Ask and Tell Project, askandtell.com. And we've also got Dr. Dylan, Medical Detective.
You'll never know my secrets. Sorry.
Yeah. And that's just always going to be his name, Dr. Dylan, Medical
Dr.
Detective.
Dylan, Medical
you should
Detective.
start, Dylan, you should
.com.
start putting that on your name tag because I think it's a great title. Melissa Alexa McCool, who probably hasn't changed it on here, but I think now is going by Melissa Lennox McCool or Melissa Alexa Lennox McCool. Tell us how you want us to say it, Alexa. we've got Jerry, and we've got Alan. So thank all of you for your $5 a month patronage. That is amazing. I need to come up with something good for the $5 people, but, lazy, no time.
I get it.
At the $10 a month level, so these are the people who
These
get
are
their
the
soup
bowl
bowls,
people.
personalized soup bowls. I make them myself. I paint on them myself, and I mail them to you. I put dicks on them sometimes, and sometimes I don't. It's personalized based on what I think of you. So, Yesh, one of our regular patrons, or what kind of mood I'm in that day,
Fair.
That's why it's fun, because it's always a surprise. Yesh, who's one of our regular patrons, who I think used to be $5, jumped up to $10 a month. So he increased his patronage, and he will be getting a bowl. So thank you so much, Yesh. We've also got Larry Yellingman and Randall and Rich. So Larry, Randall, and Rich all have bowls. I need to make one for Yesh. At the $20 a month level, these are the big timers, the big fish. Our very favorite patron, Ashley. We love you so much. She's our very, very favorite and always will be.
She's amazing.
Our second favorite is Nathan, our new patron Nathan, who is actually pledging at $30 a month, which is fucking amazing. I can't even comprehend having that much money to give a podcast just because I like them. But thank you so much, Nathan. Even if it's drug money, we'll take it because it's money. So Nathan still needs to get his bowl because if it's $10 or up, you get a bowl. And then at the number one top patron spot, coming in at $30.02 a month because they are that petty, is Trolling for Soup. That is their new name because they change it every week. Again, just to be petty. So Trolling for Soup is our top patron. You can hear Trolling for Soup on the Wayward Willis podcast, but you probably shouldn't.
Don't listen to him unless you really, really don't like yourself.
If you need to fall asleep at night,
although
if you're
he had
having
a
one
great
of those
idea
nights where
when he was on the show that the way we can not be employed is if people just up their patronage, then he would have to match it in order to beat them. So we could become independently wealthy.
Yeah, he needs to commit to this trolling. So if you out there listening could start pledging more, then he would have to keep going higher.
Basically, we will make what he makes plus what we make. And it's win-win-win. Well, I mean, there's probably a loser somewhere, but it's not me, so it doesn't matter.
We won't stop until we have him handing us his entire paycheck. I just want him to
and his firstborn, because that's how it works.
Like my husband does. Just hand me the paycheck, and I will cash it. That's, Okay, so we need to wrap this up, so do the outro.
And that's all we've got for now. Thanks to all our fabulous listeners who put up with us droning on week after week. If you enjoy our delightful bitchcraft, please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and send us all your monies on Patreon. You can... there's a period there. Sorry. You can find us on those platforms.
You can't get through it. It's okay.
Not ever. You can find us on those platforms by using the Google machine. It's not hard. This week, your donations will go to... gas money because I'm super boring and I drive all day. And I drive apparently when
gas is expensive, y'all.
Gas is real expensive and I drive a big car. Yeah. If you want to tell the world how awful this episode was, join our Secret Soup Talk Facebook group. But I got through that, bitch. See, I whispered it so you wouldn't hear me say it. If you want to tell the world how awful this episode was, join our Secret Soup Talk Facebook group. If you want to tell us to fuck off personally, you can send an email to secularsouppodcast@gmail.com. Please rate and review us on iTunes, Facebook, and wherever else you can review things like this. It will help us spread the soup gospel far and wide. And hey, tell your friends. As always, tell them, please. As always, we'll leave you with the vocal stylings of Mr. Eli Bostic.
Secular soup creed. Soup is the ultimate virtue. It's delicious, nutritious, patriarchy smashing, racism fighting, warm and fuzzy, human affirming, fun having, anti-theist, glitter throwing, tummy satisfying, pair of new shoes fulfilling, diversity seeking, happiness. Minestrone, beef and barley, chicken broth and split pea, gazpacho, tomato, clam chowder and potato, chicken noodle, beef noodle, egg drop and ramen cup. Miso, gumbo, leek and pho. Grab a bowl and taste the magic. Slurp even this.
Okay, hold on a second. I gotta take my robe off. Rich, cut that. It's actually hot where I am right now.
So take off all your robe.